Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today in conversation with Chiquis. Chiquis, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I am Chiquis, and I'm excited to have this conversation because this is something that I've been waiting to talk about and waiting for the world to see. So yeah.
Nice. I'm Geraldine Rodriguez. I'm an artist and illustrator from Mexico, and I'm the illustrator for The Girl Who Sings to Bees. It is great to be here. Um, just want you all to know that you can get your signed copies at premiercollectibles.com/bees for both Spanish and English editions. So, Chiquis, let's
Yay.
go straight to conversation. So, Chiquis, we know you are a wonderful singer and artist, but I want to know about writing. What made you want to write a children's book?
Well, writing has always been something that has helped me express myself, express my thoughts. It's been like my music, a form of therapy for me. And I wanted to write a children's book for 7 years now. I had that in my heart for 7 years. And I have this special connection with kids. I guess because I'm an older sister, I know how to talk to kids. I took care of kids my whole life. I'm still taking care of them, and all of them are, ya están grandes, they're big. But I feel that more than anything, we need to focus on children because they are our future. And there are a lot of things that I have experienced in my personal life, and I wanted to express it in a children's book because I feel that that's where we should start, in elementary schools, and planting these seeds of hope in their hearts and in their mind.
That's beautiful. And can you tell us more about your process for writing this book?
Um, it was I have three other books, right? And those were very intense, and I had to take breaks, and it was a lot because they're, autobiographies. But with this book, I felt the process was so easy, so fun. I knew exactly what I wanted to talk about. So I can say it was very lighthearted. I think for me, that was like a confirmation that this is great, because it was just so peaceful. And it was more than anything, it was just talking about my experiences. And I think that's also why it was so easy for me, because I have lived through bullying and doubt, self-doubt, and people doubting me as well, and how much that affected me, and I just wanted to express it. So it was a very easy process. Thank
It's
God.
been great. It's been great. And we have a beautiful story. And when you have a beautiful story for us artists behind a picture book, it's easier to also work on the artwork because we get inspired by the message. And this book has a really beautiful message. The book is being released in both Spanish and English.
Yes.
And how important was it to make this story accessible for both audiences?
For me, it was very, very important because I speak English and Spanish. I'm bilingual, and it is my life and my following as well. And although I do feel more comfortable in a lot of ways expressing myself, especially in interviews in English, I sing in Spanish. So I just wanted to merge my two worlds together. And also, there are Spanish speaking children that follow me and that go to my shows and stuff. So I'm like, there's no way. One can't live without the other. So it was extremely, extremely important for me.
That's awesome. And is there a specific theme or takeaway that you want young readers to gain?
More than anything, I wanted to make it very personal. And in all my interviews, and even in the dedication, I was very specific with what I wanted people to, or what I wanted the children to get out of this book, was more than anything to not let anyone dim their light. It is sometimes a hard life. It could be a hard life. Or actually, I should say, it's not a bad life. We have bad moments,
Yes.
and I want them to know that there's hope, that I they probably have seen me on television or on stage, or maybe not, but I think we all, especially with social media, I think have a lot of self-doubt. And this is just a reminder that they have a special light that no one can take away from them, and that not to let anyone stop them from reaching the stars, and their goals. And that's what I'm just here to remind them how special they are.
That's beautiful. And it's also very important, especially nowadays where internet makes it easier for people to be mean, that
Yes.
we get to tell children to be confident on themselves and find their own voices. Also to cheer more people on so they stand up to bullying.
Yes.
So yeah, it's
I
a
completely
wonderful,
agree.
wonderful
Yeah.
message. We see the bee in this book everywhere, but we also see the bee in what you share on social
Hmm.
media. Bee is very
Yeah.
important. But I want to know what inspired you to choose the bee as a metaphor.
To be honest,
The bee.
um, yeah, when I started my career, about, wow, 15 years ago, I think, and my mom was still alive, and she really connected with butterflies. And when she passed, I then understood why she was so connected to butterflies. So in a way, it was kind of, she inspired me, because I was like, okay, I love butterflies, but I also want to be myself. And it just kind of also went with everything that I was going through in my life, especially after she passed, and how I wanted people to see me for me. So I'm like, okay, well, obviously, as much as I love butterflies because I love them because my mom loves them, what else can I find that represents me? And I always loved bees, and I felt like they always were around me. And I was like, oh my goodness, bees. And I started looking and researching. Obviously, we all know how important they are to the ecosystem. And without bees, humans, we would eventually all really honestly die without the bees. So um they also represent community, hard work, diligence, abundance, sweetness. It's like you go out and you give your nectar and you give love to people. And I feel that that's what I was meant to do in life, that no matter what it is I do, whether it's my books, my music, my podcast, whatever it is that I'm doing, I have a responsibility to be a positive light in the world and use that and use my experiences to help people. And I feel that bees contribute so much to our community. And I wanted to do the same thing. So bees, I guess they found me, and then I just recognized them after a while. I'm like, oh wow, like there they are. And it all just happened. And I felt like a bee um would be a good way, because so many people are afraid of bees, and they kind of like, you see a bee and you're like, "Ay, hasta para allá," but in reality it's like they're beautiful, just let them be. And so I don't know, I was like, I want people to get connected more and more with bees like I am.
That's a beautiful, beautiful thing and a beautiful message as well with the bees because they are hardworking. They're like doing their thing. And as you
Yeah.
say, they are very important for the world.
Hmm.
Very,
Yes.
very important. You've mentioned that you face bullying and cyberbullying in your life. How did those experiences shape the messages of empowerment that we get to read in the book?
Well, because I had experienced it since I was very young. Social media wasn't like a big thing then. And I experienced it, I think the first time I remember I was 8 years old, when I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel nice. This doesn't. And I think I've always knew that I wanted to help, y dar mi granito de arena in the world. And the only way to do that is, not the only way, but for me it was, let me share my experiences and tell you I went through it. And I was able to get through it more than anything. And here are some tools, here are some things that worked for me. So um I think more than anything it's because of my experiences and what I've gone through. And especially now with cyberbullying, then I experienced a whole other thing where I'm like, oh, that was in person, now it's on a bigger scale, because people feel even more confident to say mean things behind a screen. And
Yes.
it did hurt my feelings, and it did depress me. And I thank goodness I was able to get out of it. But I think it's something we need to talk about a little bit more. And I feel that I want to be that voice for people, to give people hope, where hope probably has been lost because of other people.
Yeah, I think bullying and cyberbullying is a thing that a lot of people can connect with because they also experience it. So it's important to have those messages as well, not only in books but everywhere we get to see them. So now, I want to know: are there plans for more children's book? And if so, what kind of stories or themes are you like do you want to explore next?
Yeah, I actually have the idea for the next one already. I have a dog. His name is Pancho. He's an old English sheepdog. And he came into my life in a moment where I felt very alone and I was in a very dark place. And I wasn't an animal type of person. My mom didn't really like pets in the house, so I didn't grow up with that. But when I found Bancho and we found each other, he just, in a way, saved me. He brought so much love and light into my life. And I want to write a story about that, about how you can connect to animals and to be nice to animals, and I don't know. That's kind of the idea. I don't know exactly the storyline 100%, but I do want something to do with my little Panchito.
That's beautiful. I think pets should be eternal.
Yes.
Yeah, they bring so much love to our lives.
I agree. Yeah.
Will you consider turning Jani and her family into a children's TV show?
Oh, wow. That's a great idea. I haven't thought about that. I have not thought about that, but that's an amazing idea, actually. We should
It
do it
will be.
together, Geraldine.
I will be honored. I love animation, or yeah.
Yeah, you did a great job with oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
Thank you so much. I was so
Thank you.
excited when we first started this project because the editorial team were super supportive of my artwork. They gave me a lot of artistic freedom to show my vision for every page.
Yeah.
And I remember reading the book at first, and I was like so moved because the story is so beautiful. So I was like, I gotta do my best, and I think it looks great. So yeah,
Honestly, I and not just because you're here, we were just talking about it yesterday with my assistant. I'm like, look at how beautiful this is. I was reading the book and I was looking at it and looking at my mom and how even my grandma and in the book, you guys, you'll see once you guys get the book, it's just so beautiful. So I just wanted to say thank you and congratulations because you nailed it.
no, thank you so much for giving me the chance to translate your precious book into
Oh,
images. I'm so honored and so happy.
same here. Thank you.
So, looking at your career as a whole, what has been a highlight or a pinch me moment that you have experienced?
Mm. Whoa, I think so many great things have happened in my career, and I'm so, so grateful. I would have to say when I won my first Grammy, it was a huge deal for me. Not because that's like for artists, for singers, it's like the biggest and most beautiful
It's
recognition.
amazing. Yes.
Yeah. And honestly, and it was during the pandemic, and we weren't allowed to go to the actual Grammys. So I did a whole thing at my house and I did a red carpet and I had a little gathering because again, we weren't supposed to have like a lot of people in one place, but I'm like, we have to celebrate this. I'm nominated and then to win. And after so many people had said that I would never be able to make it, that I was never going to be like my mother. And it hurt me so much at the time. And then with time, I realized I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be like my mom. I want to be me. I want to be myself. And I want people to see me and hear my voice for me, from who I am, and to see that the Academy recognized that and voted for my album. It meant so much, so much. So I think that's something I'll never ever forget.
That is wonderful. And also, you are wonderful. You're a person that is so full of light, so positive. And your music is amazing, of course.
Oh, gracias,
So
Jerry. Thank you. Thank you so
it's
much.
been great, like knowing the experience for you behind this project and how much heart and how much care we can get to see in the book and in the story. The story itself is beautiful, has a wonderful message, but I think we all put a little bit of our hearts there, and it's a
Yeah.
precious, precious book.
Thank you. I think we all can connect to it, you know?
Yes, totally. And yeah, so let's remind everyone at home watching that they can get their signed copies at premiercollectibles.com/bis, and
Yes.
also a Spanish version of the book at premiercollectibles.com/Spanish bis. So
Yes.
let's do something different now.
Okay.
Let's do a rapid fire. I'm going to ask you 10 questions and
Okay.
you can answer as fast as you can. Okay?
Okay.
Are you
Okay.
ready?
I am ready.
Let's start. Uh, where were you born?
Long Beach, California.
What is your favorite color?
Right now, baby blue, powder blue.
What is the one thing you need to have in your fridge at all times?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. At all times, almond milk, organic almond milk. That's one thing that I always have to have. Or eggs. Eggs, huh?
Nice.
I love eggs.
Who is the most interesting person you met recently?
Wow. How do you pronounce Roddy's last name? Devlukia. Her name is Roddy Devlukia, and she is an influencer. She's a cook. She's amazing and so interesting. Yeah, she definitely left a mark in my heart.
Nice. What is your biggest pet peeve? What is your biggest pet peeve?
I have a lot of pet peeves. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. As I'm getting older, I feel like I have more. But I think my biggest pet peeve would be, what do you think, Kim, my assistant? She knows me well. I like things done right away. You know, one thing, yes, that's true. But I also definitely, sorry, these are supposed to be rapid questions, right? But
That's fine. That's totally okay. Don't worry.
getting my rims scratched. Oh my gosh. My rims, if I scratch them or someone else scratches my rims, like if you hit the curb or something, it drives me nuts.
Okay. And what is your favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby? Um, I would probably say working out. Is that a hobby? Yeah, probably say working out. Makes
Could
me feel
be,
good.
yeah.
Mhm.
What is your guilty pleasure TV show?
Guilty pleasure TV show, 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, I have not seen that one. I've got to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is your guilty pleasure junk food?
Hmm. Junk food, probably chili cheese fries.
Ah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Who is the last band that you listened to?
The last band that I listened to. Ooh, No Doubt. I just listened to it this morning. No Doubt.
Where do you want to go that you've never been?
I really want to go to Japan. I want to go to Tokyo.
Oh, Japan is beautiful.
Yeah, I want to
Japan
go
is
so
beautiful.
bad. I
I
love
was there.
sushi.
I was
Really?
there 2 months ago, and I want to go back already.
Oh my gosh, we have to go together. Oh, I want to go so bad.
That would be so cool. So cool. It's beautiful. Japan is
Oh,
beautiful.
I heard. Yeah.
So yeah, those were the questions. Thank you so much for
Nice.
answering. It was very fun. So just letting everyone know that we're so happy to be here in
Yeah.
conversation. Thank you so much for joining us. Do you want
Yeah.
to remind them where to get their signed copies?
Yes, you guys, I'm so sorry. I do have someone cleaning my pool, but I am a normal person like all of you. And I just want to say thank you so much, Jerry. Thank you all for being here with us, for listening into this very beautiful conversation about this book, The Girl Who Sings to Bees, and in Spanish, La Niña que les canta las abejas. And you can now, you can get your signed copies at you can
Premiercollectibles.com
Thank you.
slash B.
Premiercollectibles.com/bees, you guys. Both Spanish and English versions, just FYI. And thank you.
Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for your time and for inviting me, Chiquis. It's been an honor to work with you. And thank you, everyone watching.
Thank you so much.